Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm up in Upper West Side. I got to go up to Bronx, Webster Avenue, for an emergency call for a fire panel. Has some phone line out of issue, some kind of phone line issue. But I'll be doing a check on the phone lines. I got my test set with me, and then I can figure out everything. I did a review on these mirrors and double take mirrors. They're pretty good on the KLR, but I got some comments from one of the riders. He's a KTM 690, nice bike, by the way. He said that he's from New York too. He said that the mirrors loosen up on him, which is weird. So I'm wondering if it's because the stem don't go all the way down or something. Could be something not compatible. But it'd be interesting to hear from other riders, because actually Double Take didn't say anything about not being compatible. It's just a standard bar mount. So maybe there's some issues with it that they didn't really disclose. But definitely, I would love to hear from other riders and get some comments on the double take mirrors if you've had issues. Because I've only tried it on my Honda XR and my KLR, 2 Japanese bikes, and I didn't have any problem. I haven't tried any high-end bikes, like BMW or KTM, Husqvarna. I have not tried it, and it would be interesting to know. Like, I know that the only reason why someone would even be changing one of their bike mirrors on a KTM or a Husqvarna would probably be because it got broken. Because the stock mirrors are pretty good on those bikes. There's no there's no issue with stock on those bikes. They usually come with really nice mirrors. But I just want to know if other riders are having problems with that, because that would be interesting to know. That's a smart move on that guy's part. Yeah, so I can just go up here to 79, take this up. So I'm still on the GoPro Hero 5 because I forgot that the Hero 9 I got the Hero 9 because I thought it would be compatible with my mic adapter, but it's not. I should have read up on that. I would have actually found that out from other riders too. But the mic adapter works with pretty much everything, but not the Hero 9 or the 10. So, and it might not even work on the 8. So that mic adapter, plug it in, it shows up as a media mod, which I was like excited. I was like, oh wow, it's gonna work. But it automatically detects it, but fucking thing doesn't work. Go figure. But it is kind of bulky, like the media mod. They got rid of all that stuff hanging off the bike. All that stuff's gone now. There's no more crap hanging off the bike. Serious draft in this one. I don't know where that's coming from. Wow. I must have opened a vent by accident or something on the helmet. Just totally blowing in cold air. Shit, that sucks. Where to pull over here, but there's like it's like freezing cold ice air going in my helmet. I must have knocked the vent open. Damn it. That sucks when that happens. But it's almost unbearable. So it's like if you don't have a helmet, you drop a dirt helmet on, and in the wintertime, it's like your whole face just freezes off. Looks like this is all jammed up. The Hudson River looks pretty though. I don't want to look at it too much because I get distracted. But it looks pretty nice. It actually looks pretty in this cold weather. You know, maybe I'll just get off at 125th. Fuck. This is like a nightmare to continue on this one. But then again, Webster Avenue is all the way off of I-95, you know. You know, the Cross Bronx, 95 North. 95 South goes into Jersey over the bridge. 94 up north, continuing up to Boston and all that stuff, goes in the Cross Bronx and then cut across. I decided to continue on because if I get off at 125th, I'm going to work my way up anyway, up 87 or something. That's a dangerous highway. The Major Deegan, that's a really bad highway. You do not want to be taking that road. Not too much anyway. And at night, late at night, it's fucking scary. It's like the Van Wyck, late at night. Van Wyck is like people cutting it up on there, and I don't. You know, they probably wouldn't bother you on a bike, but if they didn't see you, it would be their biggest problem. If they were, because some of those dudes are like doing $120 on some of the highways when there's nobody on the road. They'll be cutting it up, going around, you know, a white line inserted, white line in between the cars, whatever they got to do to get ahead, because that's part of the game, the game cutting up. And when they're doing that, if you happen to be in their way. I've seen them bump cars and stuff. I mentioned that in another video, but I think they don't purposely want to hit anyone, but you're going so fast that your reaction time is really almost nothing. I mean, they only do it on the highway, so people in New York are pretty, like, you know, you talk to other people from other states, and I know this because in other states, so people do not maintain their lane with a fear, but in people in New York, they absolutely maintain their lane with a fear because they don't know if they're going to get hit by something. It's very common. So what you'll notice with people in New York is they just maintain that lane. It's the right thing to do when you're in New York. You don't want to be moving lanes too much because you just get used to it, because if you're in the city itself, you want to also maintain your lane because there's cyclists, there's people on scooters, there's everything coming around you, unicycles, everything, one wheels, and if you don't maintain your lane and someone doesn't have lights on their bike or whatever, you don't see them, you're going to take someone out. So it's all just a big mess. You're going to get charged with hit and run or whatever it is. You know, nobody wants that stuff. So people in New York just have a habit of maintaining their lane. But I'll get messages from people sometimes, be like, how do you split? You know, people don't come out on you. And I said, yeah, sometimes people do, but it's rare. Especially on a highway, they don't come out because they maintain the same lane procedures they do on a highway that they do in the city and the local streets. They look really carefully before they change lanes. But I saw that video of the guy in Fallbrook, California. I think it was a Roscoe. I'm not sure if it was Roscoe or in the valley. There was a guy that stole a motorcycle, and he was on Fallbrook, I think it was. And I mean, he was doing $120 when someone turned in front of him on a local street, and he just basically tore the front of the car off. He died. He flew like 150 feet, and it was just I know he stole a bike, so you try not to think about it, but there was people bad mouthing him on the comments, but I mean, the guy died, so he paid his price, you know. He stole a bike and he died. I don't think anybody's going to say he's a hero or nothing like that, you know. But it was really bad to watch. I mean, before they took the video down. But, I mean, he hit that car with such force that he cartwheeled off of it. And I was in LA in the Valley a couple days ago. And I'm sure people have seen it. It's all over the internet. But it teaches you a valuable lesson that, you know, when you're flying, you can't really go faster than, like I'm doing 25 miles an hour right now. And if someone cuts over me, I have enough buffer to stop. I'm not going to hit anybody. I'm not going to go flying. But if I was doing like 70 between the cars, I wouldn't have even 70. How about 120? You know, like, I just wouldn't have any reaction. It's just the law of averages. You know, you're just not going to have the reaction time. You're going to hit something. You're going to go cartwheeling, and it's going to maim you or kill you. Like, so it's stuff you don't want to think about. But I think if you just know the limitations of your riding, things will be okay for you, and you always maintain distance going forward. Do not allow yourself to be in the back, because that's how you get hit by cars and stuff. That's one thing that some new riders develop bad habits. You know, and I'm talking about both sides of the picture. You know, you have a new rider that doesn't understand that, and then they don't maintain, like that guy right there was about to come over. But if you have new riders that will be riding and they don't understand the issue of staying away from the back, because they're trying to be a good rider, you know, and then they develop that habit. Then they get this attitude where, oh, you're destroying it for everyone, you know, because you lane split, you ruin it for every other rider. I've had like old guys tell me that, you know. So I had some guy on a gold wing with a whole bunch of luggage on it. He like pulled on. I was lane splitting because it was massive traffic like this, and he like made a habit. He made a point of like going on the shoulder to scream at me and say, "Nice riding, what you destroying for everyone." I was like, "Come on, man, you got to be kidding me!" Like, do you have any idea? I mean, it just doesn't get it. But you know what? Everybody has their opinion, and they're entitled to it, and I don't blame him. He has a certain opinion he's formed. There's nothing we can do about it. Once, you know, people have certain opinions they form, and they think like the fact that you're lane splitting, you're destroying it for other good riders, you know. But that's actually a bad attitude also. You got to learn and respect why people do things, and then once you understand it, then you can always look at their side of the story. Because you'll see like people in California, like when I've been on the 405, there's different kind of lane splitters. There's people that haul fucking ass. I mean, like I saw someone on a VMAX scooter. He just was pissing people off. He was flying. He was doing like 55 lane splitting, and then he was like honking his horn at everybody. And then some guy on a Ducati like got really mad and like bumped his back tire. Like he let him go by, and then he chased him and went and bumped his back tire, because I think he might have bumped that Ducati's back tire. And he was pissed. I mean, he was really, really pissed. He was not a happy camper at all. is jammed up pretty bad. This is all going I-95 north. Wow, that's a bad place to be breaking down. Man, I feel sorry for that guy. Breaking down over here in the middle of George Washington Bridge, man. You gotta be careful like a truck don't ram into you or something. Well, actually trucks are only on the upper level. But still, somebody be flying and just ram right into you. So yeah, nobody could tell me, I don't care who you are, you can't say that sitting like a regular car in this stuff is safe for you. No, nobody can tell me that. I mean, it's just impossible. You know, it's lane splitting at 20 miles an hour I'm going. I'd like to hear the naysayers telling me how this is unsafe, you know? But then again, they always have an answer. They'll be like, oh, okay, but you're pissing off people. Wow, you know. Well, the reality is people in New York don't mind it. They don't give a shit about you. They will not help you. They will, if you hit their car, they won't care. They're not going to do anything to help you at all, period. But they're not going to hinder you either. Florida is a different story. Florida, they will actually try to ram you to stop you from moving going forward if you're lane splitting. It's really weird. Like in Florida, they have a big problem with people. Oh, wow, what's this guy doing here? What the fuck? That's crazy, seeing someone walking there.